Good morning. Let's try it one more time. Good morning. It is an honor to be here. So grateful and thankful for the opportunity to do the thing that I love the most, which is to tell you all a story. And this morning, I'm going to tell you a story that in the tradition of Black storytelling in this country is one of the stories that we cherish the most. In fact, this is the signature story for the National Association of Black Storytellers. And so I hope you all will love it and tell it to someone else so that our tradition continues. The story says that there was a village in West Africa. And in this village, there was a great hunter. And that hunter was blessed with many, many sons. And early one morning, as the sun was rising across the sky, the hunter left his family. He went down a new and different trail to go hunting because that was his calling. Now, everyone in his family had work to do. In the same way that each one of us has a calling, a work that we must do. So they went out into the village and they did that work. But it was tradition in the village that at the end of the day, as the sun was setting in the sky, that the families would come together to have a meal. Just like you come together with your family to have dinner. They came together to have a meal. But it happened in that village, in the hunter's home, on that day that he did not make it home. Now his family went to bed praying in their hearts that night that when the light of the new day came, it would bring their father back to them. But in fact, many suns rose and set, and still the hunter did not make it home. Now some of us know what it's like when something happens to you and it hurts you so much on the inside. It makes you so very sad that you cannot even speak about it. That's what happened in the hunter's home. They missed their father so much that they did not even speak his name. But they prayed for him. Their silent, unspoken prayers went something like this: the same sun rises on my Baba, my father. It glows deep within. My heart remembers as it rises again. Well, the days turned into weeks. And suddenly the wife discovered bittersweet news because she was going to be having a baby. And so the many sons did the best that they could to help their mother prepare for this new life. And when the baby came, for the very first time, the hunter's family was blessed with a baby girl. Now they welcomed her, they celebrated her, they loved her, they laughed with her, and they told her stories. And when she began to speak, do you know what her very first words were? She said, the same sun rises on my Baba. It glows deep within. My heart remembers, where is my father? I want to hear him tell a story. Now, even though her brothers were unfamiliar with the ways of the forest, when they heard their sister speak, they knew what they had to do. They got themselves together and they went off on that trail that they had seen their father disappear on. And almost as soon as they got into the forest, they got lost. They were afraid. They didn't know what to do. But one of the sons said, no, I see a path. Let's follow it. And they followed that path through the twists and turns of the forest. And then it seemed as if night was coming and they were afraid and wanted to go home. But one of the sons said, no, let's keep going. I believe I see a clearing. And they stepped into that clearing. And they saw first their father's weapons, and then they saw his bones. And as they were looking at their father's bones, they were not overcome with fear. They were overcome with the power of his memory. And they looked at them and they said, I remember his laughter. I remember his light. I remember how he taught us to stand tall and walk proud. And one of the sons stepped forward and said, I'll connect his bones again. And as he connected his bones, he told the stories of their people who were lost in the water. And one of the sons stepped forward and said, I can cover him with skin. And when he covered him with skin, he told the stories of the people who were great leaders in their communities. And one of the sons stepped forward and said, I'll give the blood of life to him. And And when he did, he told the stories of the ones who were the great warriors who had fought for their people. And one of the sons stepped forward and said, I'll give the breath of life to him. And when he gave him breath, he told the stories of their God and how their God had always been with them. And one of the sons stepped forward and said, I can make him walk with ease. And when he told the stories of the walking, all of a sudden their father was standing before them. And another son touched him and said, he can walk, but now he'll talk. And their father looked at them and said, my sons, thank you for your faith. It has brought me back. Now let us go home. And they marched joyously into the village. And his wife came and put her arms around him and took him to meet for the first time that baby girl. He was so overcome with joy that he said, I want a celebration for everyone in our village to come together. And when they came together, there was music, and there was dancing, and there was laughter. And all of a sudden, the hunter stepped forward with a very elaborately decorated cowtail switch, which he had made with his own hands. In their community, it was a symbol of pride and honor. And he said, I will give this to the one who did the most to bring me back. Now, some of them said it should have been the one who told the stories of blood, and another said it should have been the one who told the stories of God. But the hunter said, I will award this cowtail switch to my baby daughter because she called for me and made my sons look for me. And then she turned and shared it with her brothers. This story is told to remind us that a person is alive for as long as we remember them. That is why we tell stories. Ashe. Thank you.